G'day, Russell from Aussie Mushroom Supplies here, and today we've got one of our brand new induction capable canners. So today we've got an LC jar and two different rye grain bags closed different ways. One is a bit open and one is sort of folded as much as I can to try and block off the steam getting in, and each one has a temperature logger in it. We're about 1 centimetre of water above the canning tray inside. This model of ours has a slightly taller canning rack, so you can fit more water in there. We find it generally does run out of water about the 90-minute mark, so generally you shouldn't be cooking things that long, so that's why I've got a bit more water above the canning rack. Let's get it going. So step one, make sure you've got plenty of water. If you do run out of water, the bottom of your canner will warp. This is with all canners. If you run it dry, then there's no water to stop the metal getting too hot and they just bow out. And that's why you get canners with the bottoms all warped. They run them out of water. So make sure you've got enough water for the length of cook you're to do. Make sure your lid's on properly. We'll start it off on high, and you've got to make sure you leave your weight off. This allows you to vent all the oxygen out. This is important with any preserving, canning, sterilising, everything. You must vent your unit for long enough to get all the oxygen out of the canner. And we'll start it off on maximum, so make sure you let it warm up properly and vent a good steady stream of steam coming out for at least 15-20 minutes. This allows all your contents to warm up to the right temperature, or warm up to boiling temperature before you put on your pressure weight. If you put your pressure weight on too early and there's oxygen left in your bags, jars, or in the canner, this will actually insulate your material so that it can't get to a proper temperature. And you'll find that it'll start steaming before it gets to 15 psi. Say it gets to about 10 psi and just starts steaming, going nuts. And you're like, why isn't it pressure? It's because there's still oxygen left in the canner. All right, let's let this thing warm up and we'll come back and check it when it starts to steam.
Moments later.
All right, it's been about 10 minutes, not even, because inductions kick ass. Now it's got a nice steady stream of steam coming out. We're going to let it sit here for 15 minutes to vent out all that oxygen, and then we'll add the pressure weight. See you in 15 minutes. Hey Siri, set timer for 15 minutes.
Literally, don't tell me how to live my life.
15 minutes later.
Oh, my timer's just gone off. As we can see, it's steaming wildly. These induction cookers, they absolutely fly along. So what we do is, don't burn yourself, put your pressure weight on. It's very important when you get to pressure to turn it down, because once it gets to pressure, this starts steaming. And if you leave it just going full tilt, there's just steam flying everywhere, all your water is going to evaporate and get out of the canner very quickly. So you want to turn it down so we're just sitting at 15 psi, so it's just rocking and hissing a little bit and not spewing out steam and all that water we need to keep in there for keep our canner safe. Let's check back in a few minutes when we're at pressure.
More moments later.
All right. As you can see now, it's steaming pretty rapidly, so we want to turn this down. So we warmed it up on 10, and then once I put the pressure weight on, I put it down to about 6 and let it get up to pressure. And now I'm back down to 2 because induction's very efficient, so you don't need it very hot. And it should level out over the next few minutes. So I've started a timer for an hour. Generally a 1 litre jar of rye grain, you only need about an hour and 5 minutes. One feature this induction cooker has, the timer. So I've set a timer for 70 minutes, so generally an hour is good, but I'm going to go a bit extra time just because there's a big variety of stuff in there. So I'll set it for 70 minutes, which will just turn itself off, and I can leave it cool down overnight and unload it tomorrow. But you just want a sort of a steady stream of steam that sort of fluctuates. It's not just continually coming out full steam. So you start timing when you get to 15 psi, then once your time's up, turn it off, walk away, let it all cool down back to room temperature. And generally when you open your canner, you want to open it in front of a flow hood or open it and load into a steel air box or whatever you're working inside of. If you open it up into the open air and just leave it sit there, anything flying in your rooms that'll land on it can possibly contaminate your work. So generally, steel air box, get it out straight in your steel air box that you've washed down with isopropyl, or unload in front of your flow hood for the best success. And that's it. Run the pressure cooker. We're going to have these new induction capable canners available before Christmas, so keep an eye out for our pre-order sale going up. I love the induction models now. I was never one for induction, it was always gas. Gas was the way, but induction, bringing that magnet power.
1 hour later.
And like that, we're finished. I'm going to let this cool down and I'll know tomorrow and we'll check our data loggers, how everything's cooked. I must say, it's rye grain cooking in your house smells beautiful. So I don't know what it is, but rye grain, beef stick, smells your house out, just beautiful. Aussie mushrooms.